Hello, guys. My name is Warihana, and so far we've talked about including identifying columns, and including columns formatted in your show data design elements on Encanvas. So next, we're going to talk about how to use the include column traffic light. When do we use this particular feature? So we use this to represent different states of your data. So for example, let's take the status column. So this column has one indicating that this is an active user and then zero, which indicates an inactive user. So with traffic lights, you can set a different color text based on the value. So for example, I can decide to set green, so one in green, and then zero, which is inactive, in red. I can also have images to represent the two different states. So, for example, I can have two different icons, one being an active icon and then one being an inactive icon. So, for example, when the status is when at one, I want to display the active icon, and then when the status is zero, I want to display the inactive icon. Okay, so let's go ahead to demonstrate that using the status column in our table. So first, we need to include this column in our elements, the show data design element. So I'm going to select the status column and I'm going to drag and drop it in our elements. And here we're going to choose include column traffic light. Okay, so now let's edit the settings in this feature. Okay, so first thing is to set the different states that you might have in your column. So for our column, we have two states, active or inactive. So let's first set the first state, which is the active state. So I'm going to click on this to create a new state. All right, so this is my first state. So here, the first thing you want to do is to set the condition that will do the value comparison. And to set this, I'm going to click on this drop down and I'm going to select the condition that I want. So for example, the different conditions that you can select here. There are even wildcard conditions like, not like at start that you can use. But here, all we want to check is the status equal to 1. If it is equal to 1, then we'll do something. So I'm going to maintain the equal to condition. All right. So the value, you can have a design element's value. It can also be a session variable. It can be a specific value. It can even be any of this. But here we are looking at a specific value, 1 or 0. So I'm going to maintain the specific value. And the value we're looking at here is 1. All right. So I'm going to close this and then back here, I'm going to choose the display. So you have two options. You have the image display or the plain text. Okay, so what I want to do here is to set a plain text, but with a color. So I want one to be displayed as 1, but in green. So I'm going to choose plain text here, and I'm going to choose the text color green. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm going to close this and then we would go back and set our next condition. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to open this up again and I'm going to create my next condition. All right. Okay, so my next condition is also going to check if the value is equal to 0. So we're going to maintain the equal to condition and we're going to maintain the specific value type. And here we're checking to see if the status column value is 0. All right, and here again, here let's use an image. So for example, I'm going to use an image here and I'm going to select the image that I want to display if the status value is 0. All right, so here you have different options. You have embedded file. You can even specify a URL to the file that you want to display, the image that you want to display. Okay, So here I'm going to select the image that I want to display. I downloaded an icon here, a favorite icon that I want to use. So I'm going to select this icon and then I'm going to open it up. Okay. And then I'm going to close this up. Okay. So let's just open up this again. And then here I want to set a default display. So if these are not set, then I want to just display plain text as the default display. Okay, so what we've done is if the status value is equal to 1, I want to display 1 in green. And then if the status is 0, then I want to display an icon. Okay, this is just to show you the two different states and the two different displays that you can use, which is plain text and image. So for status equal to 1 is going to be plain text, and for status equal to 0 is going to be an image. Okay, so we are done with this. I'm just going to close this up and I'm going to upload my file to the server. I am going to log in and then I'm going to view the canvas in the browser. So here we are in the browser. This is us in the browser. So I'm going to go to test apps where my canvas is. I'm going to show data. All right. Okay, and as you can see here, when the status is 1, it is shown in green. It is not showing very well in the video, but then it is shown in green. And then when the status is 0, then it is showing an icon. So this is how you can use the include column traffic light in your show data design elements to represent different states of your data in your database.